I'm sorry I can't be with you in person today, but I thought it would be helpful if I could set out some of the things that are happening through the local government reorganisation, or LGR process, to the 6 councils that will create the new Dorset Council. All of the councils will disappear on the 31st of March to create the brand new Dorset Council. This means that where you've received services from a district council or you receive services from the county council, you will no longer receive them from those, but you will from the new Dorset Council. Known as a unitary council, it's in reality a multi-purpose council. It delivers both sets of services. There are some circumstances where there are other new councils being created. So in Weymouth, we're finding a new town council being created because there isn't a town council in Weymouth at that time. So hopefully you'll find out a little bit more about what is happening over the next few months. But as I say, the councils will disappear and Dorset Council will be created, and 11,500 employees will be transfer in to that new council. So 3 years ago we started on this journey to look at whether we should create a unitary council for Dorset. One of the benefits of having that was about having a louder voice with government to get resources for Dorset. Currently there are 6 voices all calling for resources, and actually we can have one unified voice for Dorset. We can get some better resources for our area, for our communities. Clearly there is also a financial challenge in local government, and part of this is around resolving that financial challenge, removing some of the overlap and duplication. Currently, quite often letters go to the wrong council for the wrong services, and we have to exchange those, making it simpler for businesses, making it simpler for residents, one council delivering all of the services. So it will be more efficient. One of those simple efficiencies, there are currently 4 chief executives and there will be 1, and that will be me from the 1st of April, and that's a very simple analogy. And there will be further efficiencies that go through that. Clearly we want to be ambitious as a new council to still deliver services for our residents, and we're looking forward to working with our current partners, sometimes in the same way, sometimes in new ways, and that will become clearer as we go through this journey. So one of the other parts of the local government reorganisation process is changes to the democratic process. Currently we have 206 elected members representing those 6 councils. There's been a boundary review that's just concluded, and there will be 82 councillors elected on the 2nd of May 2019 to represent the new authority. One of the things that the new council needs to do, as well as thinking big, is to act local, to remember that it's got to deliver services to its communities where they are. So I'll be working very hard with those 82 new members to ensure that we have those connections into our local communities. Some of those elected members may be brand new and have never been on a council before, so it will take some time for them to understand the role of the council and their role as councillors. So that's one of the reasons that we've given this year of transition with our arts and voluntary community organisation support, so we can get to know what the new council wants to do. So currently in Dorset there are 9 local authorities, the 2 unitaries in Bournemouth and Poole, 6 district or borough councils and the county council. And they will be replaced by these 2 new unitary councils on the 1st of April. The Dorset Council will be made up of the representation of Dorset County Council area, East Dorset, Purbeck, North Dorset, West Dorset and Weymouth and Portland. And then the other unitary council, Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole, does as it says on the tin. It's been made up from Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole authorities. That's a really significant change, and we need to work together as 2 new unitary authorities. These are the first new councils to be created in the last 10 years. In fact, there have only been 10 unitary councils created in the last 25 years in local government. So we're in a unique position in Dorset, and we want to capitalise on that, both working with our partners and also with central government and other organisations. Whilst we're creating 2 new unitary authorities, and they are the administrative boundaries, at the end of the day, people don't recognise boundaries in that way. You don't necessarily think, I can't go to that meeting over there because that's in another council area. You look at who the people are. And that's one of the things that's really important about Dorset as a whole. Those 2 authorities in Dorset will have people moving between them at all times. And I think that's really, really healthy. We've got some great organisations in the conurbation who do some fantastic work out in the Dorset Council area, and vice versa. And I hope that will continue. More information can be found on the Shaping Dorset website. Information should be found below you on the screen. And we're obviously putting out some communication messages in the new year about how customers can access the services that we provide. For me, the arts and cultural sector is really, really important, and that's on a personal level. And we know that we face financial challenges as a public sector, and that has translated into how we've been able to fund our partners, particularly in the arts and cultural sector. But they're really, really important to developing our own wellbeing, mental health, just a sense of actually developing this place. Dorset is a fantastic place to live, work and visit, and we want to continue to develop that. So one of the things that the Shadow Authority has done is to look at the level of grant that it gives to arts and cultural organisations. And its commitment at the moment is that whether it's got a contractual relationship or where it's in a grant-making relationship with an organisation, it will maintain that at the same level for the financial year 1920. That's to give us a bit of time in terms of transition. Clearly we have got financial challenges as an organisation, but we need to understand those and work with our partners over the year 1920 to see what that means going forwards. I think that volunteering is an excellent opportunity for people to get involved in their local community, and certainly in the past in my organisations I have created the opportunity for my employees to get involved in volunteering, and I'd like to see that continue into the new organisation, and that's part of the conversation I'm having currently with the 6 councils coming together to create the one. So allowing the employees to give back to their local community, but also for them to learn new things as well as part of that process. Really, really important, and I would encourage anybody who isn't volunteering to think about it now. So arts and culture has an ability to contribute to the wider economy, and that's absolutely important. We have people coming as cultural tourists into Dorset, and we want to encourage that and to develop that. It's really helpful also in terms of community cohesion, in terms of bringing organisations together. Arts and culture has no boundaries. For me, whenever I've been involved in arts and cultural organisations, there have been no sort of hierarchies that need to be kept to, and I think that's really, really important, where we can bring communities together and they can learn and do something positive together, which is really, really important. And that for me is one of the powerful benefits of the art and cultural sector into Dorset, and I'd be really great if that's encouraged and is developed over the future. So yes, I have got experience of working in the arts and cultural sector, both as working in terms of running an arts development team, and I've been head of cultural services, and I was also assistant director of social and cultural services for a period of time. I even ran a Victorian working farm museum, which was probably one of the highlights of my career, working with some fantastic trustees and some interesting pigs. Well, musicians probably stretching it a little bit far, but yes, I play guitar, bass guitar, drums, keyboard, and I sing a little bit. My daughter is a far better singer, but I've had the privilege of having a band with my children, which is great. And I see the value of musician, the difference it can, as a musician, you can see the difference music makes on one's life, not just when I've got it in my ears on the treadmill in the morning, but also going to live gigs. I enjoy theatre, and it's been many, many years since I've trod the boards, but I do appreciate that fine art form.